Hi everyone, this is a quick psychic reading on DJ Pauly D, and Nikki Hall. This is a quick reading on DJ Pauly D and Nikki Hall. And I say I've always been a big fan of Pauly D. Back in the day when Pauly D was now coming out DJing and stuff. As I say, I used to always that time. I say that time I was still partying and stuff. Besides, before I started to go full time in my spiritual business, but Pauly D, great DJ, Um, I like this young lady that I see that Pauly D with Nikki Hall, and I wish them all the best. I want to see success. I'm saying I don't care what color it is, whatever it is. As I say, I always believe people should always look for love with your own first. But if you don't find love with your own, it's okay to be in love with somebody from a different race, from somebody from a different culture. Um, but I just going to do a quick reading. As I said, I'm not going to go too much into the people's personal lives, but I like this couple. I like Pauly D. This young lady, Nikki Hall, I like her. She's pretty, and I want to see them win. But I see the problem here again. The problem here in this relationship that I see is going to be Pauly D. Pauly D is a Cancer. I know Cancer men, especially like Safari, water sign energy. You see with Tristan Thompson, water sign energy. But with Pauly D, what I see here with him as a Cancer, they're very emotional. So with Pauly, I hope Nikki, if you're hearing this, you need to, if you have to communicate with Pauly, you have to communicate with him better from an emotional point of view. You know what I'm saying? Water sign people, you always have to talk to them from emotional. That's how you get them to connect, to understand things. Everything for them. Pisces, same thing too, from emotional. Some people is intellectual, like Libras and stuff. Capricorn, like Earth sign energy, like Capricorn, Libras, they are more intellectual. You have to come with them from intellect. Gemini, you gotta mess with their head. Some signs is more, but water sign energy is mostly emotional, especially those Pisces and Cancer. But Pauly D, I see the problem here right now, as I say with them, long term. I see Pauly D's will end up being a problem. As I say, I wish that they could work long term, but I see Pauly D going to be a problem. The problem is when Pauly D start going back DJing. The minute he start going back out DJing, that is where he will start to treat. I see that he will end up starting to treat Nikki very bad, because I see with water especially Cancers and Pisces. Cancers and Pisces, a lot of times that the people that really love them more. As I told you guys before, you can look and see. You guys can always comment on this. I tell you guys this. Water sign people just treat the people that love them like shit. They always treat them bad and take them for granted. And the people that say that dog them and treat them bad, they always love the opposite. I always see that. I always known that, as I say with Cancer and Pisces a lot of times. But we have nice, beautiful Pisces people out there, but not all of them like that, as I say. But a lot of times, the ones that who've been through certain things, some of them end up treating the people that who treat them like shit. They end up chasing them and loving them more. And the people that really love them, they do the opposite now. They take them for granted. But I see that the problem right now with this relationship with Pauly D and Nikki Hall is that Pauly D will end up taking her for granted. The minute you start going back on the road, if you start back DJing, I do not know if you're going to think, but the minute if you start back DJing, this relationship will end up in problems. Because as I say, also too, I see a lot of people around Pauly D. With Nikki, she have to be careful. I see like a lot of people whispering, will be whispering in Pauly D here. Why you have to choose this black girl? Why you don't choose a nice little Italian girl? Why, out of all the people? So I'm seeing that spiritually, that's what I'm seeing that they're talking about behind the scenes. I see some of his friends don't really care for Nikki so much, so she have to be careful. But she seemed like she's a very nice, sweet person. She seemed like she's able to get along with them. But behind the scenes, they would prefer that Pauly choose somebody from his own Italian heritage. So I've seen a lot of people talking, saying that behind him to put pressure on him. But Pauly, he really do love this girl. He loved Nikki, but as I say, he's very emotional. So a lot of things he's doing sometimes is on his emotions. So how you feel that way. But the minute he start moving around and start going back up, because as I tell you, a lot of these things and these celebrities is a lot of corona love. I call it corona love. You guys gonna see the real true test the minute people start moving around and they start going outside and they start back working and traveling and things with some celebrities. You're gonna see a lot of problems in some of these relationships. So everybody's all corona love. They're spending time. They're all in bed. They're all hugged up. They're sleeping in whole day, whole night. They're having sex. They're doing all kind of thing. But the minute they start go on tours and they start working and stuff, that is the true test of the relationships. So we can't judge them now. You got to look at it long term. And most of the times now when coming to celebrity relationships, and I told you guys this many times, most of the times now, if you come into a relationship with somebody as a celebrity, you and that person is not going to be together long term. Like how your mom, your auntie, and all that stuff. Nobody's doing 20 years and 30 years and 40 years and things. You might get 5 years, 2 years, 5 years now. These are the things now. These are the new trends now in dating. I see a lot of people saying, but why this one can't keep a man? No, it's not that. People have more choices. People have more, people look better now than before. A lot of people, some people are being fit, some people are exercising, some people do all kinds of stuff. Some people are treating themselves. They're fixing up the body. They're making themselves look good. They're doing all different things. Men are getting makeovers. Women are getting makeovers. And I always tell my clients, we all have to get makeovers. Even I myself have to work out and look fit and eat healthy and eat organic and work out and go on my treadmill, go on my bike and all these things. We all have to do it. We all have to maintain. We have to treat ourselves. And people now are going for the youth. Now, everybody wants youth. You see the older men going for younger women. Now, you see now young women going for older men for the security and all these things. So that is the way to do it now. And my advice I try to tell a lot of my clients, because I'm 90%, most of my clients are 90% females, all professionals. I try to tell my professional ladies it's okay to date somebody younger. You can do just like the older men. You just have to take your time, because you have some young men who are into older women. You just have to just take your time now. Don't rush into this the first young guy because he look nice and you look all muscular in his body. You have to take your time. Just take your time. It have men out there. It have a lot of men out there who have money who into older women. But and it's okay to date a younger man. Just like how older men dating younger women. And I try to tell all my female clients that, but it just might take a little longer in finding that younger person. Because sometimes, let's say if you're 50 and you find somebody like in the 60s, sometimes they might be able to get it up physically. They might have to use Viagra, they might have to use different things. So all these things. So women want to have some nice young, good-looking man around them also too. So with Pauly D and Nikki Hall, as I say, the problem is going to be Pauly D. The true test in this relationship is that when Pauly D start to work, if he I don't know if he's still DJing, if he happen to go back out, start DJing, because I know that's what he does, and he's a great DJ. He's one of the highest paid DJs, I believe, out there. And I see him in action personally a couple of times before when he now started off. And I've seen him in action many times, and he's a great DJ. But I see with his emotions, and I see a lot of people trying to influence him. Why it is he choosing this girl? And I see some of his friends behind the scenes will try to put pressure on Pauly to not get married, to settle down with Nikki, because they would always try to judge her by the color of her skin. But I see that she's a sweet person. She's very she's whether she with Pauly D or not, she's going to be successful. I see from Nikki Hall, she's very independent. She's a leader. I believe she might be an Aries, I believe. And Pauly D is a Cancer. As I said, water, fire and water don't really mix. But who's I to judge, as I say? But what I'm seeing from long term, I think I see Pauly D is going to be the problem. The minute he start back DJing and traveling, he's going to be pressured, and I see that he will end up treating this lady here, this young lady here, for granted. So My advice to Nikki, if you're hearing this, just observe, have fun, go with the flow, see how far this take you. But I see a lot of pressures on Pauly D side, family, friends, a lot of people will be not too fond of him with this sister. But as I said, I mean, she will be okay. Whether she and Pauly D get married or not, I see this elevates her profile, and she will end up finding the person that really that meant to be with her. But I see with Pauly right now is emotions. You see how like how with Safari and them do like Safari and Erica Many. I talk about Safari taking Erica for granted. This is a similar situation that I see Pauly D will end up taking Nikki for granted, because I say Cancer, water sign men, they go by the emotions. So a lot of things he's gonna do, he's gonna end up taking this girl for granted. See that Safari taking Erica for granted. You want to be out in the streets and all that stuff, want to be playing. And not saying that Pauly want to be cheating on her. The problem is that when you start working at a DJ, you have all these other pretty ladies just like Nikki, and it's always gonna have somebody prettier than you. Always, you're gonna have when you have a husband or your wife, you always will have a next man looking much more handsome looking than your husband. You always have a woman looking much more prettier than your wife. It's just that each person have to be content with who they have in their life and build on that. We don't have to be out in the streets, because as I say, most people now coming into your life now. Most people know you have to be careful. You have to anybody coming into your life now in a relationship, you always have to find out and figure out what it is this person really want from me. And if you have money, most of the times, if it's a person, you have money, people gonna be coming to you because they have resources. You see what they can get from you. Most people really not in love now. And I always tell all my professional clients that who come to me, they always make sure that I always make sure and let them level up. You're not leveling down. You're not settling. None of my female clients is going to be settling. As long as they're under me, then they don't settle. They're all going to have rich men, rich husbands under my guidance. As the spiritual advisor, I always guide them. I see things way ahead, so I will let them know which person to really choose as a spiritual matchmaker. I'm the only and the best spiritual matchmaker right now in the game, especially from the Caribbean. And the black spiritual matchmaker in North America. As I do face reading, I can tell you straight up in 15-20 minutes. I just need to see the person picture and the name, and that's it. Or if I just see the person picture and the astrology sign, I don't even have to know the name. I just go after the name, like if I'm reading, to ask my guides to tell me what's wrong, what's going on with the person. But if I want to all I need to see the person astrology sign and the person picture. So if I see the person whole body picture, I need to see the whole person body and the man whole body, and I see the woman whole body, and I just need to see astrology signs, and I can tell if that person is going to stay with you or not long term. See if we can get a couple of years. But a lot of times now, the only time that you're going to get somebody to last long term in a relationship is if you come from more immigrant background, because most immigrants from certain countries, when they're married, especially if they're married into their own culture, like if an Indian person is Hindu and he come from a certain caste, and he marries somebody in that caste, they will more stick together long term. They will clock at least 20 years or 10 years and more, compared to somebody here in the States who's American, meet an ex-American person. It's just people from immigrant backgrounds, culturally from the same culture, they take their relationships much more seriously because of culture. Everybody might know each other, the family might know each other, they go out, they hang together. You have Asian culture, you have Indian culture, you have African culture, even some people from the Caribbean and South America, the same thing too. So when it comes to immigrants relationships, well, some immigrants relationship, not all, some immigrants relationship will last longer than some, and it all depends on the education level and the social economic background and where they come from. So it all depends a lot of times. So you see people from you might see a Jamaican couple, they've been together for years. You might see a couple from Trinidad, you might see a couple from Guyana, St. Vincent, whatever it is. They might stay married, and they might be married for like 20, 30 years. Some Africans, now when they come to America here now, This is where the true test is, because remember, you leave your country, you come here, and sometimes America changes you. This country changes you. Some people get more materialistic. Some people chasing different things, and they get caught up. They get lost, and then the marriage come. You see a lot of African women coming here, and they get caught up. So it's the same aspect now. When coming to Pauly D and Nikki, they can last long if they really want to. If Pauly really seriously don't get his emotions caught up, and really don't study people trying to put pressure on him and tell him to choose somebody else different. But I'm seeing a lot of that is going to be pressure in the relationship. Some of his friends will try to make Nikki uncomfortable whenever she come around. They will be whispering. I see like they're whispering, they're talking certain things. They'll make her uncomfortable. I hope Nikki hearing this, that don't take it personal. Some people just will never change. That's who they are. But I would love to see this couple really take it to the next level. But I see Pauly D is going to be the problem, and his emotions. And I hope that he watch his drinking and different things like that. Watch his emotions. You know, sometimes some people try to drink to calm the emotions. You just keep drinking. Not saying that he's alcoholic or anything like that. I say he need to watch when he's drinking. And sometimes some people drinking can make your emotions out of whack, you know. And sometimes you need to get healing energy to balance your emotions, you know. And that's one of the things, and then it messes with the ego. So because Pauly is very sensitive, so and Nikki, she's I believe she might be a Aries fire, so she's very sensitive also too. So both of them very sensitive in different ways. Because fire signs are sensitive, water signs are very sensitive. You know, we all are sensitive in different times. Some people just are more sensitive more than some. That's just how it is. Yeah, but the relationship will have its ups and downs. But long as they do not let outside interference happen, come and interfere, and people try to mess with them and say, why are you choosing this girl and this and that, and why did you choose a nice Italian girl? If they don't let anything like that come in to mess with them head, especially Pauly D, I don't see it very so much with Nikki. I see Nikki is all in. She's very focused, beautiful young lady, a leader, anything she wants. So even if this relationship with Pauly don't work out, I think it elevates her. This is a nice look for her. I see that she will find future love down the road. But I see Pauly gonna get a lot of pressures, and the minute that Pauly started to go back DJing and stuff, I see that is where the relationship will drift apart. That is where the true test. When he start DJing and going like in Europe and around the country and all these different things, because you're meeting all kind of pretty ladies. You know, you'll always have somebody prettier than your wife or your girlfriend or whatever it is. And the flesh is weak. And as men, a man downfall will always be a woman. You know, if he's an alpha male, a man downfall will always be a woman. A woman will always be able to come and destroy an alpha male anytime. Anytime. As long as she's pretty and he's an alpha male out there, a woman will always be able to destroy you. It's part of life, and it will always be like that. You know what I'm saying? And women will always gravitate to a man who have power and who have money, and it's just part of life. Men will gravitate to a woman who have money and try to see what they can get. So everybody have to be careful, because some people coming in now into your life, you have to be careful and know what it is, try and figure out what it is they're coming to. So I always tell my clients, do not settle. You have money, look for somebody with money. Is that it? You'll be by yourself. You'll save your time and headache, you know, and make sure and have the right spiritual person and person to read for you, to tell you what's going on, what's ahead, to see a blind spot. That's the whole purpose. You have a psychic and a spiritual advisor for, to see things that what people not seeing. Pauly D and Nikki, I wish them all the best, but I see the problem here is going to be Pauly D. He's the person that will end up causing the problem, because I say his emotions will get caught up, and he need to watch when he's drinking. And I say Nikki is perfect, but I see that this relationship could work, but it's going to be tough. But Pauly D going to be the problem long term, and Nikki is going to be okay. I don't see anything where even if they break up, she'll be okay. She'll have a lot of men coming at her, and she will have more choices to choose from. But Pauly D, I see here is a problem. I see a lot of family, a lot of people trying to tell him, no, why don't choose a nice Italian girl instead of choosing this girl. So you see a lot of negative thoughts, old-fashioned ways and stuff, But I always believe that you could find love in anybody. So let's wish Pauly D and Nikki Hall all the best. We want to see them in love. I wish them all the best, but Pauly D need to work on himself. He have a lot of work to be done, a lot of internal work, a lot of spiritual work. He need to get his head right and control his emotions. If he can control his emotions, he'll be okay in this relationship. But I see he'll be tested when he start to go work. That is the problem that I see. But other than that, everything will be okay for both of them. So even if it work or not, both of them lives will be okay. They're young, they have a lot ahead, especially Nikki. Nikki, she's pretty. So give her that, and I wish you all the best. Peace, love, and blessing. Bye. Like, subscribe, share.